Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Flip Don't Flop. My name is Adrian Donovan, and in this video we're going to be going over some online arbitrage solds. So these are the kinds of pairs that we have purchased online with the intentions on flipping them for a profit, and these pairs have actually already sold. We're going to be kind of showing the numbers on the pairs that sold in this video. If this sounds like the kind of thing that you'd be into, please do consider subscribing. It would be much appreciated. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Welcome back, guys. I'm going to kind of jump through the list a little bit. We have a little bit too many to kind of go over for one video, but kind of going to talk about like some of the better ones, some that are kind of like in the middle, like ones that I find pretty often, as well as like talk about some that like aren't really quite that great, but they're still decent overall. So for starters, and I think like at the end of the video, I'm going to actually kind of reveal the overall best sale that week with online arbitrage, at least from a profit standpoint. And throughout the video too, going to kind of put some screenshots up to kind of show you the actual pair that sold, like what they sold for, and we're going to be talking about numbers like kind of all throughout the video. So bear with me here. So the first one we're going to talk about is a pair of men's Gucci horsebit woven loafers. These are full brown woven leather loafers, and we sell woven loafers extremely well. And this pair we got for an incredible deal. I can't believe we got these for so cheap. We paid just $67.06 for this pair, and they ended up selling for $287 and a penny. And that made it to where we profited about $160 on this pair. And this pair, we didn't need to do anything to them. We did polish them, but aside from that, we didn't do anything else. That left us with about a 56% profit margin, so that's really high for online arbitrage. I like to kind of try to stay at about 35% on a low end with online arbitrage, but yeah, 56% is very high. So moving along here. So this one is maybe the overall worst one of the week. So this is a pair of men's Prada zip-up ankle boots. They came with the box and dust bag. I paid a bit more for these than I should have. I probably could have got a bit more for them if I wanted to be a little bit more patient. Now this pair, we paid $97.06 total for them, and we sold them for $205. So that left us with a profit of like right at $50, which is not terrible, but putting out nearly $100 and just profiting 50 is not really that great. It puts our margins at about 24%. So it's not quite where we like to be. So this kind of goes to show that not all of the flips are going to be awesome. Of course, again, like I said, we could have got a bit more for these if we didn't mind to wait a bit longer. Now this one, some of these are going to be, you might recognize some of these with our online arbitrage unboxing video series. This is a pair of Domani. It's by Johnson & Murphy. These are brown full ostrich quill Oxfords. This pair we got for an incredible deal of $25.89. This is like one of the pairs where I just put in the minimum bid. It's kind of hoped for the best, and luckily enough, I won these with just one single bid. They ended up selling for a total of $136.93, which left us a profit of over $70, which was a profit margin of nearly 53%, so extremely strong with this pair. Now this one is a bit of a kind of low to mid-tier flip. This is a new pair of Allen Edmonds. This is the Ballard model. This pair we paid $66.82. Now, these didn't come with a box, dust bag, or anything. They just came with the shoes themselves. So we, of course, couldn't sell them for as much as we could have if they had the box. So this pair we sold for $151.87 total. We ended up profiting $47 on this pair, which put our profit margins at about 31%, so definitely a bit on the lower end. And here is yet another example of one that's kind of like a more mid-tier, maybe even like a bit like a low tier. It's a pair of women's Prada mid-calf boots. They do have like the logo spell out on the side, but it's not super noticeable with this pair. Had it been more noticeable, they would have been worth a bit more. Also, I think if they were in a bit better condition, they were fabric and I think they had some pull spots on them, they would have been worth a bit more. We did end up selling them for $131.99. We gave $64.20 for this pair. So a minute to where we profited about $45 on them, or margins of about 33%. So about where our minimum threshold is, pretty close to it. And next up is going to be, this is, I would say, definitely a solid mid-tier flip. This is a pair of women's Prada logo ballet flats. And we sell women's Prada logo ballet flats all of the time. We do find them for a pretty good deal pretty often. And by a pretty good deal, I mean like around 40 to 50 or so. This pair we ended up selling for $131.91. We paid $45.66 for them, which left us a profit of nearly $55, or 41.5% approximately margin. So that's definitely a very solid, maybe even a kind of like a higher end flip. And next up we have this pair of women's Stubbs and Wooten loafers. They have like kind of these palm trees on them, palm tree monogram. We do buy Stubbs and Wooten kind of often, but it's usually priced a bit too high for us to even consider it with online arbitrage. But sometimes we can snag it for around 30 to 50. I will buy Stubbs and Wooten, at least women's, for that price. I will pay a bit more for men's because men's do sell for quite a bit more money than women's. This pair we paid $55.37. We did sell them for $119.27. Leaving us a profit of $40, or about 34% margins. So kind of like another low to mid-tier flip. Next one is actually a pretty high tier flip, at least from like a profit margin standpoint. And also with this brand and this like particular style, you can find these really often with online arbitrage. We did get these for a little bit cheaper than what we normally have to pay for this kind of shoe. This is a pair of David Eden. They have genuine crocodile and genuine lizard on them. You can usually expect to sell a pair like this for like, I would say 80 to maybe 110, depending on the color, the condition, and the size. This pair we paid $28.62. This was another pair actually that we just put in one bid, and we won them with one single bid. They ended up selling for $86.99 total, leaving us a profit of nearly $49, or 56% margin. So, and I think I'm going to go over two more. There are kind of like several more that we did sell this particular week, but there's just a little bit too many to kind of talk about in one video. This one is a pair of women's Prada zip-up ankle boots. I actually bought two pairs of these from the same person, which was really, really phenomenal. This pair, they ended up selling for $111.27. I paid $53.50 each for these. So we ended up profiting about $33, or about 30%. So it's a bit of a lower tier flip, but I was okay with it since I was buying two pairs, the exact same model, exact same like really condition, like really similar condition from the same person. I was okay with the margins on this one. And now I think I'm going to be talking about what I feel is the overall best online arbitrage sale from this week. This is a pair of men's new Zelly loafers. They are full genuine ostrich quill. These sold for $323.40, so quite high. We'd only paid $58.85 for this pair, which, considering they are new, that is a crazy, crazy low deal. Like, I can't believe we got these for so cheap. So yeah, we profited almost $200 on this one pair alone, and it was about 60% margins. Definitely an incredible deal on these. This is not the kind of pair that's going to typically sell super fast. Let me actually see when we listed these. So these actually did sell fairly quickly. Looks like we listed these August 9th of this year. So this pair did not really take that long to sell. With online arbitrage, it's really kind of, I would say if it's a pretty good pair, it should sell in 60 to 90 days. Of course, if it's something like really sought after, it's going to sell much faster, but I would say like your average online arbitrage pair, it should sell within like 60 to 90 days, maybe 120. But there are, of course, some pairs that take just a little bit longer. And of course, if you don't mind accepting a bit lower margins, you can sell them even faster than that. But we do have our minimum requirements for a profit, and I would just kind of wait, but I won't wait forever. So before I let you go, I want to go over a quick numbers overview from these pairs of online arbitrage that sold. So the total revenue is $2,213.50. The total cost of goods is $746.95, and we are left with a total profit of $951.86. And this is just from online arbitrage from this past week. So it was a pretty solid week for online arbitrage. We of course have some weeks that are better. We have some that are a little bit less than that. But overall, very, very solid week with online arbitrage sales. Our profit percentage on average was 43%, so it was definitely quite a bit above like what our minimum threshold is. I think ideally we would be 40% plus, but I'm okay with like as little as 30%, but that's only if it's going to flip really quickly. Yeah, like our average profit per pair is nearly $80, so that's quite strong. Yeah, overall a very, very solid week with online arbitrage sales. Well guys, it's going to pretty much wrap up this video. If this seems like the kind of content that you would be interested in, or if you think you may want to kind of do online arbitrage yourself, go ahead and give us a subscribe, leaving a comment or a like, anything like that would be very much appreciated. And with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you have a great day.